This is a phone under 20K and this has all the good specs, like AMOLED, triple cameras with an ultra wide angle lens, good fast chipset, fast RAM and storage, and guess what? This has a clean stock Android experience, so there must be some catch, right? So this is the new Lava Blaze Curve, which is just not in India rupees 18K, and on paper this has all of it. Although one shall not be too greedy and one shall test out properly to know thy real story. I mean, remember the Agni 2 that launched last year? Well, that pleasantly surprised me. So when this launched, I saw the specs and I was like, I gotta make a video on this. Look, firstly, I love the design. I mean, sure, there are some good looking phones now under 20K, but this is right up there. I mean, just look at this phone. It has a matte glass back with Gorilla Glass 3 and looks great. No fingerprints as such. And it has an 8.8mm frame, which by the way is plastic, but thanks to the curves, it seems slimmer than what it is. I also like this isn't hefty at 189 grams, but the front is even better. This is a curved display with unified bezels all around, and kudos to Lava for not putting in an LCD panel here. This is a 120Hz AMOLED display that looks really good. I'm just using the screen, makes me feel like I'm using a premium phone because the colors look vibrant, there's the obvious deep blacks, and it's very smooth to use. However, all is not great. This has the Wi-Fi L1 support, but no HDR, and the peak brightness here is 800 nits, which is not a lot, but outdoor usage is fine. It's not the brightest screen I've ever used, but it's good enough, especially for this segment. And what I like is that this has an in-display fingerprint scanner here, another premium feature, and actually is fast and nice. This also has stereo speakers with Dolby Atmos support, all its profiles, and the speakers are pretty loud and crisp. The bottom speaker is obviously the louder one, but overall, pretty good. I mean, this has a dual SIM slot, but there's no micro SD support, no IP rating, no headphone jack, although Lava bundles this dongle in the box, which is great. Now, why this phone is getting all the hype online is because of the fact that this is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7050 chipset with 8GB LPDDR5 RAM and up to 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. And you know what? This chipset is fairly good for this segment. The benchmark scores are a proof of that. It's also a solid performer, no throttling, no heating, but it's the faster RAM and storage that are pretty exciting. Now, I did run the storage tests on the Blaze Curve and compared it to the Poco X6, which has UFS 2.2 and LPDDR4X. And while the storage on the Lava phone is faster, I have seen UFS 3.1 and LPDDR5 RAM phones score close to 70K, so I'm not sure what's happening here. The real world performance though is good. Games like BGMI run well, and I think Lava has done a good job optimizing the software this time. Now, talking about the software, this comes with Android 13 on board, and I know Android 14 would have made things way better. And this is supposed to get 2 OS updates and 3 years of quarterly security patches. So this will get 14 and 15, but I really wish Lava speeded things up a bit in terms of updates. I mean, the Agni 2 hasn't received Android 14 yet. Yes, I did ask Lava about this and they said that the Agni 2 Android 14 update is planned for the next quarter. So I'm really hoping this too receives the Android 14 update soon. Now, having said all of that, credit where it's due, Lava is sticking to the clean Android experience and I really like that. I mean, this is the app drawer when I first set up the phone. There's literally no bloatware here, not even Facebook, not even Netflix. And there are some handy features now. There's the ability to hide apps, which lets you do these steps and create a custom access code that you can enter in the phone dialer to access them. Yeah, it's straight from a spy movie. There's also app cloner and all these gestures you can turn on. Yeah, some of these are actually pretty handy. There's also an alternate dialer you can choose instead of the Google dialer for call recordings without any beeps and auto call recording. So Rupesh, you talked about the catch. Where's the catch? Well, the catch is the cameras. Are the cameras? What the f? This has a 64 megapixel Sony IMX686 sensor along with an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and a 2 megapixel macro lens. The front is a 32 megapixel sensor, so yeah, the specs are good. But like with the Agni 2, I think the camera optimization isn't the best, and I think the camera app is to blame for that. I mean, my problem with the camera app here is that it's a little sluggish at times. The shutter button can act finicky a lot. I mean, there are things to like about the camera experience here. The 4K videos from the rear camera look fairly sharp and nice, and stability is good too, even without OIS. In terms of photos, when there's good light, the photos come out decent. I think the camera here does a good job of exposing the shadows and the highlights. Dynamic range is good too, but the colors are inconsistent. I mean, some of the photos are very oversaturated. I mean, I don't remember the flowers being this red. The photos also lack details, same with the low light shots. I mean, I like bright photos, but there's a bit of noise in them, and it's the same with the selfies in the low light. You can see the little bit of noise here, right? See, this has all the 5G bands you need in India. This has carrier aggregation support, so no problems there. And in terms of battery, this has a 5000 mAh battery, which has been giving me a screen on time of almost 6 hours, which is good. And Lava bundles this 33 watt USB PD charger in the box with the C2C cable. Not the fastest, but will do. Look, all in all, I personally feel that the Lava Curve Blaze is an exciting smartphone under 20k. I remember when I used the Agni 2, I said I really wish that Lava keeps making good phones like this, and I think Lava is trying to make good phones. Yeah, this might not be the best phone under 20k. There's a lot of competition out there with the likes of the Moto G84, Redmi Note 13, but this is a good attempt. It obviously has its standout features which make this really exciting, but yes, there are some things that Lava still needs to work on. And I really hope Lava works on this, because imagine this phone with Android 14 and better cameras. That would be something, right? Comment below if you want Lava to work on these factors, and subscribe to Sillycorns for the best takes on tech. Thanks for watching.